Yeah, since when did this happen? Or was it always like this, or is it worse here in BC or Canada? Because I tell you, when I apply for jobs in New Zealand, you get personal responses back, and if somebody is overrun by giving personal responses, they kind of read your resume a little bit, or they know you exist. So that's kind of nice for the effort you made. In a previous work industries, I talked about how an Homo sapien receiving my resume and my documents would be like excited. So of course I'd hear back from them. But like again, I see a teacher that I talked to in a store on a weekend, and I said, well, I approached the school district twice. So we need people. I recommend you follow up. Or there's a new HR person. I'm not sure if she's talking about the same one I saw or not. But the thing is, this is extremely unprofessional behavior. Like even places that I go more than once to volunteer say, oh, and they didn't put an ad or anything, but they're super happy that I want to volunteer, and they never know how to follow up, and I have to remind them. And they say, oh, well, things are dying down. People don't do this anymore. Well, it's because you're making it die down. Oh, we're all like you acknowledge that it's going to be hard for teachers and administrators, and they'll be like never having enough staff. Well, first of all, you don't call the staff. You don't try to find out how good the staff are, how to evaluate them, how to talk to the province as school districts or principals. If you're a principal and you're super controlling of your school, that the only way to email somebody at the school is the principal email, and there's an ad, and I'm overqualified and I can't get a response, and I have to follow up and have expenses, and you never apologize. Oh, sorry, yeah, I saw that. Or when my junk mail, you say you always check junk mail, but you don't. Whatever it is, like if you think I'm going to consider you to be in the realm of a professional in your work industry, whatever it is, or in your role as president of this club or this club, and you can't follow up, and you think that's okay to do that to another human being, no way am I going to consider you a professional. And again, I go back to, when I had my driving school, I'm sorry, I return phone calls, and I even follow up with students, and I have a policy, and I follow my policy, and they have to follow it too, and they agree to it, and they have a fee if they don't, cancel or something like that. And like there's professionalism. I can't find professionalism anymore. And I got some emails this week that are super. You don't get the job, or you didn't get to the next stage, or whatever it is that you weren't one of the qualified. And it says at the end of a long email, we hope this provided you with the information you need. And it doesn't. It doesn't give any information. You have to waste more time reading their long email that doesn't give you any valuable info. First of all, it doesn't acknowledge you as a human being. It's just generic. And it doesn't say why you didn't make it, or it just repeats these were the criteria of a. And no offense, but that's an email that assumes I didn't make it or exceed it, or that you expressed yourself properly in the job description or whatever it is. So again, like, I don't know, like if all the HR people or the people in charge have very little respect for others, or poor social skills, or an inability to be able to prioritize their own time commitments in relation to interacting not just with hired staff, but potential staff or potential volunteers, is, I don't know, maybe they're not that good at what they do, or they need a couple of assistants. And some of them are assistants who would need assistance. So again, it's discouraging. It's not just not getting the job. It's not being acknowledged as a human being who not only met but probably exceeded the skill sets when you are in desperate need of it.